Now, if my videos have a short delay or um, I'm cut off at the very beginning, it's because when it actually starts recording and when it tells me it's recording are not the same. Sorry for that. Now, this one is to all the dreamers out there, or dream creators and stuff like that. Most of my puppets I create are usually for myself. I'll create them. I'll back out and show you like this puppet here. It's one I've created for myself. But this one here is one of the ones I've been creating that I'm going to make a usable puppet where people can create their own characters from the base puppet. And this stream is to show what I've done for this one. This is the base version, or the basic. It doesn't have the head sculpt, it's got no feet, and it's got basic options in it. As it says here, let me know what you would like to see in the full version. If I go into view, that's what the puppet looks like. It has a run function with the left shoulder, and the right shoulder is for like double jump and that sort of stuff. If you don't do the right shoulder, it's single jump. If you hold the right shoulder, it does double jump. At the moment, that's kind of all it does. But where the features are, if I go into remix, for example, 4K. So I'll go to edit, just don't save it. There you view it. That's probably my friend again. The puppet is, it's got the hands, it's got the sculpt of the body. It does not have a head sculpt on the base version. I am going to make a head sculpt, I think, for the final release. But it's got, if I come into here, chips there are for the double jump and the run. And then it's got options here, and this is all the options here. So if you want the puppet to be wet looking, you turn that slider up, and as you go in, it gives it the gloss. If you want it to be glow in the dark, you turn that up. If you want it to look waxy, you turn that up, down to be less waxy. So as it stands with its settings like this, if you've got a head, you can attach the head to it. I showed in one of my previous streams how to attach a head. You could do that, and if your head's a wax by 10% wax, you can go 10. That will then set that to 10% wax, and it should then match up with your head. That's your run speed, that's your jump height, that's your double jump height, walk speed. That's bend is how much it moves. So it's currently at, or just, I think it's at 30%. So it'll be at a 6. I sort of locked off. So if you max it there, I think that's 60% bend. So you can do that. Depending on how much you need the character to be flexible. Obviously the settings it's set at is for best performance. The run and the jump, if you turn them on, all it does is adjust that. That's all it does. Those are the hands. The two cams here. The zoom, it's at 0.2. If you turn it to 1, it'll be zoomed further away from the character. It'll be zoomed further away from the character. As you can see, it's further away. So if you prefer it up close, like I do, then you go. You can change the total amount that it changes just by adjusting that. But these are all for best performances, and same with the minimum and maximums are like, sometimes people will make a creation and they don't take into account if you're doing a huge, for example, the hips. If you do a huge bend that way, as you can see on the top of the hip there, the lower torso, there's a lump. The reasoning for the limitations that I've set is to reduce the amount of that kind of stuff. That's the only reason that those settings are set like this. Again, you can tweak the sculpt. If you're using it, there's no like, you can't do that. It's my creation, don't you dare. This one is public. You can edit it however you like. I just like to create stuff like this that a person can just grab it, plonk it into the scene, use it, and if they want to create their own character from it, they can go to the edit, they can go place a skirt on it, paint some underwear on it, or paint some shorts on it, or whatever, and it's their character. That's why I released it at this point, because this one here is the basic, it's got no extras. At the moment, the plans are for the next stage, which is going to be the complete one. The feet are going to be, they're not going to be detailed, they're not going to have toes and nothing, but they're going to be more shaped like feet and less more like the base puppet. And it's going to be a basic head sculpt. It's not going to be like a detailed sculpt because me personally, I prefer to head swap all the time. For me, the body is transport for the head and the head is the character. So that's why I'm not too worried about the head at this point here. The features it will have will be the head sculpt, basic, a feet sculpt, basic. It's going to have, when your health goes low, it's going to act differently. It's going to be like slower and stuff like that. I think I'm going to be putting a stamina function into it so that you can do the run for a certain time and then the character will get puffed and then you won't be able to run until you recharge your stamina. I don't know whether I'm going to make that a toggleable thing or make it a permanent thing. I don't know yet. That's why I'm asking, what features would you like to see so I can add it or tweak it to add those features. But this is currently available. If you play Dreams and you want to use it, use it. If you make a character out of it, share it with me. If I like it, I'll give you a thumbs up. If it's like original or different, something like that, you'll get a thumbs up from me. There's no question in it. If you go to genealogy, the deleted creation, I used this base to make my own character, and then obviously I've made it so that it's not linked to this anymore, so that's why it says deleted. If you go to things like, a good example, oh yeah, things like that one there is not my creation. It's one I've tweaked to my liking. That one there is one I was working on. It's got fighting functions and stuff like that. It's a hair. There's the head I showed, so you could swap that onto its head. Actually, if I go into here and go, okay, I believe. See, there's some of the heads. That one, that one. That is a head of another character, another person. It's not my head. That's mine. Those two there are the same head, just that is my private version and that is the public version. It's got the easy edit. So the mouth is literally just little sculpts. You just move the sculpt up or down to make the mouth a different shape. That's all you have to do. That's why it looks not as good as what it should. That one there doesn't have the lips and it's got molded on hair and everything. Molded like painted on hair, so you see the eyebrows. That mask goes on a head that's in there later. That's not my head, that's a borrowed one, that's one of mine. That's one of mine. There's the human shaped one, so you could get that, stick it on the human base, and you've got a character with a head. And then obviously you tweak this to how you like it. I do have a tutorial on how to make it so you can make the mouth move and stuff like that, and I used this head as an example. So that's what this is about. Basically advertising this puppet putting it out there, anybody who plays Dreams, if you've got suggestions on what I can add to it to make it the one that you want to use all the time, let me know. So if it's a head with good detail, or more living functions, so like it can go to the bathroom, or it gets tired so it has to rest, or something like those kind of suggestions. I don't want suggestions like, oh, make it super realistic, or make it more anime or anything like that, because it's styled this way to be human scaled and sculpted, but not realistically detailed. So it doesn't have all the finer details, like, as you can see, no belly button. And the reason I've kept it like this is because the moderation system on this at Media Molecule is dumpster fire. It's crap. They will moderate anything that is remotely, if it's not gender neutral, or non-human at all, then they'll probably moderate it. So I'm trying to keep it where it's not going to get flagged and then pulled, removed, because I don't want people to go, oh, yeah, I want to use this, and come looking for it and it's not there anymore. So if you're going to make a suggestion, I give it detailed breasts, where it's fully detailed or something like that. I'll do that for myself, and I'll save it offline because they can't remove that. But I'm not going to put it up on their thing for the public and anything like that, because then they're going, whinge, and then remove it. It's like, fine. If you want to play in pussy mode, I'll create in pussy mode. If people don't like it, let's play in Media Molecule. Okay, well, that's all this was about. So yeah, the human basic base. The next one's just going to be the human base. It's not going to have the word basic in it. Expect to see slightly sculpted feet. I don't want to say sculpt, shaped feet. So it's not going to have detailed toes and all that. It's just going to be a shape of a foot, and a basic sculpted head with the alive eyes I make. The alive eyes, you can download just the eyes, but I've been putting them on everything, are these. I've showed it before, they're a detailed set of eyes, they do the look, they've got the auto blink. You can set it up so that the looks can be automated. So you can make it so that it'll just randomly look in a direction. When it blinks, you'll see the pupils dilate. The iris, the white part, and the pupil, they're all separate pieces. So you can, if you want to paint on them, you can. You can paint detailed white parts, detailed iris, and there's not much detailing. You put in a black thing, but the pupil can be detailed. You can use just one eye. The main eye, when you go into the chips, tells you which is the main eye, which is the secondary eye. If you're going to delete one, delete the secondary eye. And if you're going to add a third eye, add a copy of the secondary eye, and then just connect up the directions and the blink mechanic to the same spots as the one that's already connected, so that the main eye will run the blink and the look. Each eye has its own look chip in it, but the directional pad press is run or controlled from the main eye. It then puts the signal into the secondary, so it copies. That's why the eyes work. If you want to put eyelashes, my suggestion is delete the secondary, sculpt the eyelashes on the brown part just there, or paint them with the paint tool and attach it to that. If you're going to use the paint tool, you don't need to delete the secondary. Just paint it on there, then copy it across and align it to the second one. But if you're going to sculpt off this, I would say delete that eye, and then copy the main eye across, and make the copied eye a secondary, and just use the control scheme that's set up in the secondary now. If you need help and you're on the game, throw me a message saying, I'm using your eyes. I want to add a third one. What's the easiest way to do it or something like that? And I'll talk you through it. Or I can do a video about it. Well, that's it. If you're on Dreams, jump on there. Look me up. Live after me, or just search for the human basic base. Give it a whirl. Make a character. If you're happy with your creation, or if you need help with your creation, share it with me. Send me a message saying, dude, I'm stuck, or dude, what do you think? If it's not literally just that exact thing with like eyes painted on the blue bit, if it's more than that and it's original, I'll give you a thumbs up. So I'm out of here, guys. Stay safe. I'll catch you next time.